morning and welcome back to Kingdom Kids. I'm Lady Anne and I am so glad that you could join us this morning. Last time on Kingdom Kids we learned about worshiping God and we got to make our egg shakers and that was a lot of fun. Today we are going to hear the final ending of Nehemiah and what happened. But first, I want to ask you guys to run and grab your project packs if you picked those up. You have a special surprise, and so I want you to be ready to open those when I tell you. Also, just a reminder, when I ask questions, I would love it if you would shout your answers back at the screen. Well, after 12 years as governor, Nehemiah had returned to Persia. We don't know how long he was there, but during his absence, the Jewish people had allowed sin to sneak in. Do you know what sin is? Can you shout out your answers? Sin is basically when we do what God tells us not to do in the Bible. While Nehemiah was gone, some bad things were happening. Eliashib, the high priest, had cleared out one large room and one or more of the smaller rooms in the temple so that Tobiah the Ammonite could set up an apartment there. Tobiah was a mocker who strongly opposed Nehemiah's earlier efforts to rebuild the wall.
What do them feeble Jews think they're doing? Do they think they can build something out of a pile of stone and rubbish heap?
Even if a fox walked over that, it would clap. This is...
But while all this was going on, I was not in Jerusalem, for in the 32nd year of Artaxerxes king of Babylon, I had returned to the king. Sometime later I asked his permission and came back to Jerusalem. Here I learned about the evil thing Eliashib had done in providing Tobiah a room in the courts of the house of God.
Dude, isn't this the room they store the offerings given to God by the Jews in the temple?
Yeah, man, pretty sweet. I convinced the high priest if I could use it, I can get away with a lot of things when Nehemiah's gone. Oh, hey, Nehemiah.
What are you doing in the temple? This is where they store the offerings.
You look nice today.
Much better.
Tobiah had many connections with the Jews and had persuaded them that he was a good man. But remember back in one of our last episodes when Tobiah had sent threatening letters to Nehemiah because he didn't like the building of the wall? Can you imagine how angry Nehemiah must have been when he came back and saw that a high priest had allowed Tobiah, of all people, to move into the temple? There were other things the Jews were doing that were not right and did not make God happy. They had gotten very comfortable with their sin and the things that they were doing that were wrong. There may be some things that you have gotten comfortable with in your life that you know are not right. Maybe it's lying to your parents when you know you've done something wrong instead of admitting the truth and taking responsibility. Maybe it's talking bad about others behind their back. Maybe it's talking a different way with your friends than you normally would because you want to seem cool. There's a lot of different things that we can do that we know are wrong. And those things are sin, and those things are why we need Jesus and we need his forgiveness. Hey, on that note, I just remembered, why don't you guys pull out your project packs? On a positive note, let's do something fun. I'm sure you guys have been really anxious to see what's in them. Oh, a present! A couple of envelopes. Let's open up the box, guys. Let's see what's inside. Oh, I just can't wait. I bet it's something really cool. It's another box. Oh, look at that. Oh my, another box. Oh wow, this just keeps going. Ooh, so pretty too. I bet it's gonna be something really good. Maybe a diamond ring. Maybe a Reese's. That's my favorite candy. What else could it be? I just don't know. This is just, it just keeps going. What? Oh. Can you believe this, guys? Are you seeing what I'm seeing? Oh, we must be getting close. Oh. Down to the last one. What is it? What? There must be a terrible mistake. Are you guys seeing what I'm seeing? Coal! My box is filled with coal! How disappointing. It was so pretty on the outside, and I was just sure it was going to be something amazing inside. Well, guys, you know, the truth is, this is a lot like sin. Sin can come wrapped up in very pretty packages. It can seem really nice on the outside, like, oh, this is going to be great. This is going to be fun, lying to my parents, or talking bad about my friend Sheila, or stealing that candy bar from the store, or cheating on my test, right? It sounds like it won't be too bad. And then you start opening all of the boxes and all of the layers, and you get excited, oh, what's gonna happen? And then you get down to the very innermost part, and it's coal. It's disappointing. It's dirty. You feel ashamed. In fact, if I were to get this on my white dress, it'd probably stain it. That's what sin does in our lives. But, kids, the good news, the wonderful news is that that's not where it ends. The story doesn't end with our sin. The story actually begins with Jesus when he died on the cross and took each and every one of our sins on his shoulders. We have hope, and we can choose something other than this yucky coal to put inside our hearts. We can choose the things of God. We can choose to put his word in our hearts. We can choose to speak kindly towards other people. we can choose to be a light and a blessing to others. Isn't that so awesome that we have that choice to make? So guys, if you open up your bag, there's a new box. And you get to make a choice. What are you going to put in that new box? This represents your heart. What are you going to put in your heart? Are you going to give your life to Jesus and follow Him and choose to live your life the way He designed you to? Or are you going to continue to fill your heart with the things that make God sad? Well, I know what I'm going to do. The black one is more cool. The one with clear tape, well, that's something much better. This represents the new heart that we can have in Jesus Christ. Look at this. Jewels. Treasure in heaven. That's what I'm choosing to put in my heart today. And I'm going to store that close. Kids, this week is actually a really special week for me because several years ago, when I was 7 years old, I gave my life to Jesus before Thanksgiving. It was the week of Thanksgiving. And I had been begging my dad to let me be baptized and give my heart to Him. And he finally told me, I'm going to let you do it. And I still remember going under that water and coming up again and feeling like a new person because my sins were washed away. And I knew that I had the Holy Spirit living in my life. It was amazing. Now, did everything get perfect after that? No, I've still had a lot of ups and downs. But to live this life knowing that Jesus is next to me all of the way when things get hard, when I feel sad, when I feel discouraged, when people are being mean to me, to know that Jesus is there with me and that He loves me, that is the best gift ever. And I hope that one day each of you kids will also experience that gift of Jesus Christ living in your heart.
Lord, I want to be pleasing to You in everything I do. And I want to love You more than yesterday, more than words can say. 'Cause You gave Your life, You lived and died for me, for me. You paid the price, You sacrificed for me, for me. Now the
If you ever have questions or want to talk more about baptism and what that means, or giving your life to Jesus and how you do that, we would love to talk with you. Have your parents send me an email, becky@singinghills.org, and I would love to answer any of those questions. That leads me to our memory verse today. It's Psalm 51:10. Create in me a clean heart, O God, and renew a steadfast spirit in me. Psalm 51:10. Create in me a clean heart, O God, and renew a steadfast spirit in me. Can you guys say that with me? And think about your new hearts, what you filled your boxes with. Create in me a clean heart, O God, and renew a steadfast spirit in me. Psalm 51:10. That's one of my favorite verses, and I hope that maybe it will become one of yours.
Hi kids, my name's Jason and I'm going to be doing your guys' project pack today, and we're going to be making boxes like this one. So you guys are probably going to want some adult supervision or some help from an adult to help you with this project because it might be just a little bit difficult. So your first things that are going to be in your bag are these two pieces of paper. One's just a normal piece of paper and one has a bunch of crazy squares and stuff. So this is what your paper is going to look like after you do all your folds before you cut to make the box. So your first step is to take your corner of your paper and fold it to the side of your paper to where it aligns straight down all the way. So that when you fold, it'll be a tip like that. Then your next step is to either cut off this part right here, or you can fold and crease it and then tear it off. I'm going to cut it off with a pair of scissors. You want to cut as straight as you can along with the bottom. So it'll look like a triangle like this. So your next step is you're going to unfold it and have it to where your straight line is going in front of you, so that when you do the next fold, you're going to do this, to where this corner on this top will be touching this corner on top, such as like this. To where the corners are straight with each other. All three of the corners. And it doesn't have to be perfect. Just try to get as best as you can. So then, after you're done, you should have 4 triangles. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this part might be a little tricky, but you are going to grab each corner, and there's going to be a center where all the lines cross. You're going to fold each corner right into the center, like that. And then you're going to fold it once, and then you're going to grab it again. You're going to fold it in half, and then fold it like this. And then you'll unfold it and do that to every corner. Okay, so when you're done folding it like so, there should be 4 squares in the middle. So you do not want to cut that at all, any of those squares. So you might want to do this, so your sheet should look just like this one. And these lines right here, you are gonna cut scissors right on these lines. So you might want to do, or you do it, and you might want to draw 2 squares from 2 of the opposite corners. So you might want to draw on the crease up to 2 squares. like this. So then you'll have your scissors, and you might want an adult to do this for you. So you're going to cut along those lines and stop at the end of the line. So once you do that cut, it should look like this. You should have a fold that you only cut up to 2 squares. You're going to do that to both sides. So then you should have 2 folds like this. So your next step is you're going to fold your triangle, like it's already folded, but you're going to fold the 2 sides that have the big triangles. You're going to fold the tip into the middle, and then up, like this. It should look like this. It's like a wall. Okay? So where there's a cut line right here, you're going to fold these flaps or wings in to where they are lined up with the top. And then you gotta fold it. So now you should have these 2 sides folded in like this. So you're gonna put them back up, and then this is gonna be the tricky part that you need to pay attention. You're going to grab one of the wings and you're going to put it straight like this. Then you're going to grab the other side and put it straight like that, to where it will look like this. So you're going to do that, and then you're going to grab the fold and you're going to put it over it, those 2. And then you're going to fold it. You're going to crease it on the top to where it stays straight. You're going to do that to the other side. And if you want to keep it, if you want it to not unfold, you can grab a little piece of tape and grab the corners in the middle. Tape it like this. And in the end, you should have a box. And then that's what you're going to do with your reference and that piece of paper, so that when you're done, I have the second box. You could do this and put the other box on the inside. Like that. So then you'll have a big foldable box. And you could paint the paper like this paper before you do the box, before you cut, or you can paint the box after you're done with the paint you got 2 weeks ago, and then you should have this cute little box. Then you can show your parents that you don't need to buy boxes from Home Depot.
Well, it's been so wonderful having Kingdom Kids with you each Sunday morning, and today was our last Nehemiah series session in the series, but next week we're starting our Christmas session, and I'm so excited for that. I hope you all have a wonderful week.